Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? We are back with some more Blade and Soul, and this time we are gonna test out the new soul badge for the Warden class. Now, of course, we're gonna be talking about the new War Song badge and how much DPS does it give you in particularly. Alright, now keep in mind that this badge does use your primal force from your limitless. Okay, so if you want to break your limitless to get your war song, you can do that. However, I do highly recommend you don't break your limitless soul badge, because your limitless soul badge does have its uses during certain dungeons and during certain certain solos, and really especially Tower of Infinity. Okay, but in Warsong, you're going to be using mostly this for solos and doing raids. Now, today, I will be showing you guys what the damage capabilities of the Warsong soul badge is. And as you guys can see, I did a parse run already, and that's 2,350,000. But let's see if we can improve on that a little better. Now, how about, and then I'll do this live as well, okay? Keep in mind that this soul badge is quite powerful, and I highly recommend, if you are going to be using this badge, go with the Tiger Soul instead of the Dragon Soul. What I found about Dragon Soul is that it really sucks at, you know, helping the helping your divine strikes, okay? Because you need to be able to time your divine strikes with your soul to make the divine strike hit as hard as possible. And you know, since you can do that, you know, compared to every 8 seconds where you can time it, you know, time your soul and divine strike every 8 seconds instead of timing it every 1 minute, which is not that big of a deal in terms of you know, DPS if you really want to get the highest amount possible. So if you're gonna be running this badge, run with you know, run with Tiger, and well, same thing for limitless. But if you're running limitless, you actually you are a little bit more flexible, because then you can run with Dragon Soul and you'll be perfectly fine. But for this specific scenario, I'll be running Tiger Soul here. My weapon is a little bit low, so how about I just buy some repair tools and I'll just repair right here. Alright, so repair my weapon real quick, and how about we do a little parse. If you're wondering what kind of food item I'm using spicy dumpling, of course. You can get this from Acquired Taste, you know, pretty easy stuff. There's some other things that you might have when you're doing dungeon runs or raises, you know, drinking your red juice, you know, that red fruit punch, you know what I mean? And then you also got your heroic friendship charm, which will give you a slight tad bit of crits, which sometimes it does matter. All right, that 200 is the difference between you not critting, you know, and critting. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. Of course, there's dragon. I might do that on this video as well. But how about we you know, do a full run on Moyen here. I'm gonna try to aim for about 99% perfect rotation, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's go for it. Soul Burn, Sever into Sentry. This is again as fast as possible. So your first rotation, you're gonna start out with Sword Salvo because you don't have your extension, and then as soon as Blade Ward runs out or Blade Ward comes back, you're gonna hit Blade Ward again. Okay, so let's see. This is, it's not too bad. 2.1 million right now. Okay, my soul is back. We're gonna time it perfectly with it. Now, what you want to aim for is at least 2 divine strikes on your soul procs. So if your soul doesn't last enough for 2 divine strike, you might as well go long soul. You know what I mean? Because then you'll have much better time with it. One spark. Three sparks. Okay, so let's see. We can aim for 2 divine strike. That was 1 and number 2. So always aim for 2 divine strikes. And then your third one will be, you know, basically a free one here. Okay, so you guys see that it is, you know, a pretty slight DPS increase. I would say the ratio is usually around 200k to about 300k most of the time. I've done a couple ones already, but these are, you know, the live parses that I do, and you know, I tried to perfect the rotation as much as I can. Crit rate, however, is, you know, pretty decent. It's like the reason why I'm, you know, you guys see a lot of 100% is because of having 10,000 crit. Okay, it's very important. If you have a GC weapon, it's very important for you to have 10,000, at least 10,000 crit, so then you can have, you know, pretty nice consistency on your main, you know, damages, which is, for me, is Divine Strike, Sword Salvo, and Sonic Strike. Everything else is, you know, there, but doesn't really matter. How about we do another one, and you guys can, you know, see how much the damage potential is. And I think I did mess up on one of my rotation parts, but, you know, human error, right? Okay, so let's try again. Of course, the reason, if you're wondering why I'm not using the dummy, is because, like, it takes 5 years to kill this thing, and I'm like, I'd rather not spend 5 years there. So, you know, we're just gonna be using Moyen here. Now, I'm pretty sure later on in the future, people will start moving to Shanan instead, because Shanan has a little bit more HP, and so what happens is that he has more HP, and then you can get a more precise parse later on. But right now, Moyen is still good enough, and, you know, I'm just, and like, I don't want this video to take 5 years, right? So let's get going again. Okay, so that, you know, you got your standard burst. Did I not crit on my Divine Strike? I didn't crit. So that's one of the things. That's one of the things about Warden, is that if I don't crit on the first Divine Strike, I reset immediately. So that's what you guys are seeing there. All right, let's see. Come on. All right, there we go. Nice crit. Sword Salvo till it ends, because we don't have the extended yet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3. Alright, our Sever is back. Make sure you proc that. First one. Okay, so it's now active, and then we'll be able to get the last two. Make sure you put down your Blade Ward to get yourself an extra hit on, what's it called? Sonic Strike. Okay, Soul's back. Nice. Okay, alright, so that parse was a little bit slower, or a little bit less. So if you guys are really wondering what my previous parse was, it was 2 million damage with Limitless Soul Badge. With the versus War Song, you guys can see that the longer the fights, the higher, you know, the higher DPS I'll climb back up, and we didn't have that much. You know, our crit ratio wasn't that great, but you guys see that it is a, you know, a DPS increase. It's not as, it's a lot bigger than I actually thought. Now, mainly because, you know, Tiger Soul here is the main reason why. If you're running Long Soul, you'll probably be able to burst around 6 million. And I mean, the video before I posted this was the previous video. I posted this was I was able to burst around 6 million with you know, Long Soul, but you have to have, okay, if you run this badge and you don't have any stacks, it's better to have, you know, Tiger Soul. But if you're running Long Soul, you need to have those 2 stacks in order to do massive damage. If you don't have those 2 stacks, you just don't do as well. Okay, so how about we do one more parse, and I think I'll just end the video here. You guys can see it's a pretty good DPS increase. It's around 200k, you know, give or take, within the, you know, margins of error. I would say if you parse around 300k or get an extra 300k from this badge, most classes are pretty happy with these new badges. Warlock got a ton of DPS, Blade Dancer got a ton. I don't think Blade Master gets a new badge or use the new badge. Gunslinger doesn't use the new badge. Sin uses the new badge. I'm not sure about KFM. I'm not sure about Soul Fighter, and not sure about Destroyer and all that stuff. But you know, all the classes that got huge DPS was Blade Dancer, Warlock, and I think Sin got a pretty big DPS as well. But you know, Warden got I would say this is pretty decent. 300k, or you know what? I'll round it up to like 250k DPS from you know, Warsong Soul Badge is pretty decent, I would say. And so hopefully we can hit that mark again, so then, you know, I'm not here just lying about you guys giving, you know, the badge giving you, you know, 250k DPS. So let's try to aim for it. Like I said, if I don't talk too much, I'm just trying to, you know, concentrate and show you guys the potential of this soul badge, you know. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. You guys saw that we were able to do, you know, a whole extra 100k from the one in the beginning of the video, which is pretty cool. I really didn't expect this. Can you not? This is why I take off her weapon, because she keeps doing the Guitar Hero thing, and I'm like, no, stop. But here's my ratios if you guys are wondering, and it's pretty good. Like I said, if you want to get, you know, good consistency on your main DPS, which is for Warden is Divine Strike, Sword Salvo, Sonic Strike, and I believe now is Divine Light is going to be one of your main DPS. So, you know, those four on top there, you should really try to hit at least 100% on the majority of them. Okay, so having good crit rate is very, very important. Okay, so with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you guys can hit that like button. If you didn't, hit that dislike button, and I'll see you guys next time on Blade and Soul. See you guys then.